Hello! I am Barry Manilow. Not to be confused with the singer Barry Manilow after who I was named. I was raised in a Mormon family in Utah, but as an adult it became clear to me that the Mormon faith was nothing but lies to justify racism and other forms of bigotry, and I rejected it and moved to Chicago, where I later met
me, Joyce, a devout Jehovah's Witness. I tried to convert Barry to my religion, but the same critical thinking skills he used to debunk Mormonism were also used to discredit the Watchtower, and once he helped me to see the truth about it, I left the cult and later, Barry and I fell in love and got married. We are the co-founders of the Cultbusters, a group devoted to publishing literature and a website to discredit false cults and religions and harmful ideologies.
Hello. I am Helen Sims. I was born in Boston and raised in a Unitarian Universalist and pagan family, but I grew up hearing from my mother stories about the Catholic Church she had been raised in before converting to paganism. Later, I moved to Chicago, where I met Barry and Joyce Manilow, and so I joined their Cultbusters group. I specialize in debunking Catholic teachings and helping people leave Catholicism. I also told my cousin Carrie about the group.
Hello. My name is Matthew Jesse and I am Jewish. By ethnic background only. In belief, I am atheist. I was born in Israel to an ultra-Orthodox cult that lived in Jewish settlements on the West Bank. As an adult, I came to see that the very existence of Israel was based on bigotry against Arabs and Muslims, and so I moved to the United States. I now campaign against Israel. I was one of the first to join the new Cultbusters group. Then I met my future wife,
Fatima. I was raised in a Muslim family in Egypt, but as a teen I was horrified to learn how badly women and girls were treated in Muslim countries like Saudi Arabia and Afghanistan. So at age 20 I declared there is no God and Muhammad was no prophet. Then I left Egypt and came to America, where I met Matthew. We both realized that both our religious backgrounds were full of bigotry, and so we have dedicated ourselves to opposing them and encouraging others to be atheist. And I am Carrie Sims, cousin of Helen. And this is my wife Debbie. Unlike the other Cultbusters, we live in Dallas, but we provide financial support to the group in Chicago. I was raised by two lesbian mothers, one of which was rejected by her original family after she came out as lesbian, because they were Jehovah's Witnesses. I and the other Cultbusters are hopeful that centuries from now, most people won't be raised in bigoted religions anymore, and we can thus all move forward to make our global civilization more enlightened. Even though Carrie and I were raised atheist, we lived 4 years in a small town in Texas that was dominated by right-wing and Christian bigots who persecuted us for not being like them. We and our mothers fought hard to end that bullshit. No one should have to suffer that kind of abuse, but it stems from false teachings. When those dogmas are discredited, we can all have peace with each other.
In the summer of 2062, Aphrodite Agency was awarded a major contract by a record company that wanted to produce a music video set in the Bahamas. So Debbie proceeded to plan a vacation to there for herself and the agency's models.
So we will be taking a cruise ship to the Bahamas next week. I have chosen you, your sister, and other models to appear in the music videos. Remember, this is a job, not just to have fun. I expect you to do your best to represent the modeling agency well. Is that clear? Of course. We promise not to let you down, Mrs. Smith. But I have a question. Could our mother and brother also go on this cruise? I think they would enjoy it. They can come, but only if they can pay their own way. They are not employees of this agency, after all. That's fair, Mrs. Smith. We will tell them about it. So that's the plan, Mother. We are inviting you to come with us. What do you think? Let me ask my husband Danny about it. Sarah, you know that your brother was paralyzed last month due to that fall he took at the construction site. I and your stepfather have been taking care of him ever since. I hope he can walk again soon, though. So do I, but until that happens he must live here with us. Huh? What are you suggesting? Danny is suggesting that I go alone, that he can focus on caring for Sammy while I take a break from doing that. Father Danny is such a great guy. I am so thankful he came into your life. I'd like you to come on this cruise with me. You could act as a bodyguard for some of the models and keep me company as well.
Sure, I'd love to do that. What about the others in this household?
I'll pass. Even as a child, riding in a small boat would make me seasick. I imagine taking a cruise would be 10 times worse for me. Besides, I was planning to visit my mother's grave next week. The anniversary of her death is coming up. I guess that rules me out too. Richard and Diana, what do you think? Sure, I think we can go. I'm sure the models could use more bodyguards, right? And so a week later.
Are you as excited about this as I am, Mother? My first time ever on a cruise. And to think that I was once in dire poverty and you and your brother and sister were stuck in foster care. I'm just glad I got you out of that situation so something like this could be possible.
Thank you so much for inviting me and my wife Joyce on this cruise.
My pleasure, Barry. But of course, you and your wife will have to work for the agency. You as a bodyguard to models and Joyce as a model. Can you handle that, Joyce?
Sure. How hard can it be?
Sure, I can be a photographer.
Maybe you could be a model too, Helen?
I don't think I am pretty enough for that. Just the idea of being in front of a camera makes me nervous.
Okay, but I always thought you were cute.
Attention all passengers. This is the captain speaking. We have now left the port in Houston and are heading for the Bahamas. We hope you all enjoy this trip.
My father was an officer on a cruise ship like this, so he would invite me and my mother and brother on cruises when we were teens.
So you are quite used to this. I hope you can give me advice on what to do, Karen. This is all new to me. May we sit with you and Karen, Annika? Sure, have a seat.
What is it, Antika?
I find it interesting that even after you and your mothers all became billionaires from the selling of that spaceship, you all continue living as you did before. You still work regular jobs, for example.
Just because we are super rich doesn't mean we can stop contributing to the rest of society. We still have a responsibility to provide for the well-being of others.
That's why Richard and I decided to work for the Dallas Police Department. As a way of giving back.
Last month I was reading in a news magazine about a serial killer in Detroit who was killed by police. He was hunting down prostitutes and using a baseball bat to crush their skulls. He even had a special name carved into the bat, the Slug Cracker.
Richard, that is rude. You don't talk about that stuff at dinner.
Oh, my.
It is the second day of the Caribbean cruise. Debbie, Carrie and others associated with the Mandor Aphrodite agency are on.
I chose your modeling agency to work with on the music video because I am lesbian and your agency is known for its dedicated support of LGBT issues. You are also lesbian yourself, of course. That's right. And I love the idea of combining our work with taking a vacation. Brilliant. Captain Vincent, to save time and money, may we shoot some scenes on your ship before we reach the Bahamas? I could even have passengers and crew be extras in the video.
Sure, I can make arrangements for your crew on the top deck of the ship.
Mrs. Smith has told me you are also lesbian, so I want you to play my love interest in the video we will be shooting. But in the beginning, you and other models will just be dancing.
It is an honor to work with you. I have all 3 of your albums. My wife especially loves your music too. I wish I could have brought her with me, but she had to stay behind to manage the nightclub she owns.
No problem. Here is an autograph from me you can give her.
You won't believe who is on this cruise with us.
Who?
David Owen. And a young woman that I assume is his second wife. I'd like to knock that asshole into the middle of next year.
Calm down, Carrie. I don't think violence is necessary here. We can just avoid him.
Sorry to bother you, Mrs. Smith, but a couple of weirdos have been handing out gospel tracts to other passengers on the cruise. It reminds me of when I used to go door to door trying to win converts to the Watchtower cult. Our vacation is about to be ruined.
Seriously? Okay, now we will act. This guy is going too far.
Mr. Owen has just as much right to tell others about his religion or hand out literature as anyone else. But what you can do, if you oppose what he is doing, is directly confront him and expose him for the fraud you think he is.
I think we will do just that. Thank you. Diana, let's grab a camera and go after him. Sure, Debbie.
Come on, come all. Take one of these pamphlets, so you may know the path to eternal life. We are not merely here for pleasure, but for a higher calling.
Jesus can not only save your soul, but give you a happy family life, as proven by my own husband and me. Oh, really? Time to put an end to this shit.
Debbie, Carrie and Diana approach the couple.
You have some nerve coming here and telling anyone else what to do or believe. Have you no shame, David Owen? You are just as stupid as your father and grandfather were before you. I'd think by now you would have learned from their mistakes and failures.
How about we show others on this ship what you two are really like?
And Carrie pulls out her cell phone and opens its YouTube app to display the video made by Jennifer Owen months earlier.
You tried to use your own first wife as a breeding machine, and when she couldn't crank out a baby for you, you discarded her and replaced her with her sister, even cheating with that sister while still married. Doesn't the Bible say, "Thou shalt not commit adultery"? You call me immoral for being lesbian and atheist, but your hypocrisy is the real issue. Jennifer lost her faith because of you. Just like your grandfather caused your sister Whitney to lose her faith.
You should have been more loyal to your sister. Instead, you sold yourself out. You can believe whatever you like, but stop using your faith as a weapon to hurt or mislead others.
What awesome footage I just got. I recorded every word too. Maybe we can show that on YouTube too.
Stop! You are going too far.
Are we? You two are the ones who started this fight. If people want to learn about your religion, they can do it in their own way. They don't need you jamming it down their throats, especially with the bad examples you set. You need to seriously grow up.
And with that, David Owen and his wife Fiona leave in embarrassment.
Well, that was fun.
Now maybe we can enjoy the rest of our cruise.
It is the day after Mac's first football game. I had a great time playing football, Father. Even though your team didn't win, we did our best and we can't expect to win every game.
Hey, Melissa. I had a good time with you at the football game yesterday. How about we meet up again today? Sure. I can come to your place, right? How about we have a date at the Tuscany Tavern? I'd rather not. That place is too expensive. Okay, how about the Speedy Burgers Diner? No, not there either. I just want to spend time with you. We don't need to eat at a restaurant. Can we eat at your home? Okay, come here at about 5 p.m. Will a frozen pizza do? We have pepperoni. That will do.
Jen then sends a text message to Penny, asking her to call Jen. About an hour later.
You wanted to speak with me? Yes. What time are you coming home from work? About midnight. Why? I just invited Melissa to visit me here at the mansion. She is my new girlfriend. I thought you should know. You have a love partner? Great. Have fun. I will go to the kitchen and put the pizza in the oven.
Sorry, I already have pork ribs in the oven. They should be ready in 2 hours. But I can put your pizza on a rack below the ribs.
Thanks. Please cook the pizza at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. Will do. What's so funny? I just learned that my brother David's YouTube channel was taken down. Debbie and Carrie posted their video of them confronting David and his wife Fiona during their summer vacation on that Caribbean cruise. That led to another round of a lot of people slamming David in public. He finally removed his channel and everything he made on YouTube. Wasn't your brother always trying to tell everyone about his religion?
Yes. And he was such an idiot about it.
Thanks for the pizza, Jen. I hope I can come here often to be with you. I just couldn't be seen in public with you yet. Why not? My parents are completely different from yours. They are Catholics, and very conservative. I haven't told them I am lesbian. I don't want to risk them finding out as long as I am living with them. You are not out about your sexuality? How sad. I can't imagine having to keep such a basic part of my life bottled up like that. I plan to move out of my parents' home in another 2 years, after I turn 18. I will come out then. Can you wait until then for our relationship to be made public? Please? Alright. Just know that you are accepted here. As long as you treat me right, you're fine with us.